Welcome back. Today we will study about the soaps and detergents, a last part of the carbonates compounds. Okay, so all of you are very well, doing good in home, I think so, and studying good. And okay, then so now we will start with the soaps and detergents. So what are detergents? Detergents are nothing but any substances that do the cleansing action with the water is called as detergents. So detergents are of two types. Detergents are of two types. What are detergents then? So any substances which will do the cleansing action with the water is called as detergents. Okay, detergents are of two types. One is a soapy in nature, another one is non-soapy in nature. So the soapy in nature detergents are called as soaps, and non-soapy in nature are called as detergents. Both the work is cleansing only. Both will do the cleansing only. Okay, I will take some examples for the soap. What we are using to sanitize us, what we are using to bath purpose, wash the cloth, and cleaning purpose. So some soaps examples I will take. I will write the chemical formula C17H35COONA. Right. So this is soap. Even you can make a definition on this one. A sodium salt of, soaps are nothing but sodium salts of long chain carboxylic acid or fatty acids. Sodium salt of, I repeat, sodium salt of long chain, see C17H35COO, long chain of sodium salt of long chain of hydrocarbons, or you can take carboxylic acid or fatty acids. Understood? Okay then. So this is called as soap. One example, that means the soap, what it contains chemically, that I have written here. Name of this one is sodium stearate. Sodium stearate. I will write one more, that is C11 or C15. I will take H31COONA. Okay, sodium palmate. This is sodium stearate. Please take down the name of this one. Sodium stearate. It is made by the stearic acid, that is C17H35COOH. As we already discussed in the previous video, those who have not seen it, please go and watch it. Then you see this, then you will come to know the actual soap preparation and all. So here C15, this is a stearic acid. From it, simply adding the caustic soda to it, you will get a sodium stearate. Okay, here I am taking the palmic acid, that is C15H32COOH. Okay, H31COOH. Understood? This is palmic acid, H31 it is. Please take it clearly. Palmic acid, this is a stearic acid. From it we are getting the sodium stearate and sodium palmate. These two are the soaps. So you can use the even potassium also. If it is a potassium in place of sodium, you can call that as a potassium stearate, potassium palmate. Understood? Okay then. So preparation, as we already discussed in the previous video, simply I will tell you what it has in it, so that it can do that cleansing action. Simply it is having the two ends. We will come to the detergents little bit later. First we will discuss it. Okay, it is having a two segment. One is this entire segment is ionic. This is Na plus, this is COO minus. Ionic end, and this hydrocarbon end is a non-ionic end. Non-ionic end, this is ionic end. Any one you can take. Okay, any one you can take. This one or this one. Okay, so ionic end, that means it is having if you take the structure of this the hydrocarbon soap, this end starts with the CH3. That's why I have given the diagram like this, CH3, here CH2, 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 like this, a long chain of hydrocarbon, and this head shows the ionic segment, ionic part, that may be the Na plus and COO minus. That means a soap is having two parts in it, ionic part as well as non-ionic part. Ionic part, I tell you, it is a hydrophilic end. Hydrophilic end means it loves the water, okay, it reacts with the water, whereas non-ionic part is a hydrophobic end. It hates the water but it loves the oil, okay. That means it wants to react with the oil. So the oil, that is the thing which catches the dirt, understood. So that's what we want to remove, that dirt. Once if it does that work, then we call it as a cleansing action, understood. That is the same main key thing in this one. That means, so ionic and non-ionic part is there. Head part is ionic, tail part is a non-ionic, which is a long chain of hydrocarbon. Here this head part is a hydrophilic, this is a hydrophobic, and hydrophobic as well as oilphilic, okay. So let us see how the cleansing action is done by the soaps. Simply take this soap, and this will be prepared by, I tell you, edible oil. You can take castor oil, coconut oil, groundnut oil, any edible oil you can take. While the preparation of soap, we will take the edible oils only, okay. Whereas detergents we will prepare by the petroleum. I will come to the differentiation also, okay, after discussing these all things. Simply, if you take a soap in a water, so the soap molecules becomes, colloidal particles like this, and they started showing like this kind of, or this is the water. Here you will find this type of structures, okay, this type of structures. And once if you put your dirty cloth in it, suppose think that it is a dirty cloth, then this hydrophilic end, hydrophobic end or oilphilic end, which has caught the this oil loving end, simply comes and attaches with this dirt, okay. Dirt is because of a oil segment, matter which is present in the cloth or in the skin, that catches the dust particle, that we call it as a dirt itself. Then simply if you rinse the water, then if you wash the water away from the skin or away from the body or cloth, these moves with the water, because it is a head is a water philic and hydrophilic end, whereas this I will make it little bit clear here, okay. It simply attaches with the dirt, and this segment, this picture, we call it as a micelle. Formation of this type of structure is called as micelle. So it forms the micelle, and when you throw out the water from your body while taking a bath or while washing the cloth, water will move out. Along with that, the head part of soap will also move out. Along with that, the tail which is attached to it will also come out, and the dirt which is attached to it will also come out. Like this, it will do the cleansing action. Understood? Very simple. Okay, forms the micelles, and from that it cleans the dirt. Understood? Okay, that means only if you take a water to wash the oily things, oil will not dissolve in the water. That's why soap makes the oil to dissolve in water, and along with that oil will come out from the cloth or a skin, that makes the cleansing action. That's it, very simple. Okay, and I told you, even in the home you can prepare your own soap simply by taking the coconut oil, 500 ml of coconut oil you can take, or 250 ml of coconut oil you take, and take concentrated caustic soda, that is NaOH. Okay, so take 250 ml of coconut oil, castor oil, and 20 ml of caustic soda, heat it around half an hour. Okay, so you will start seeing the creamy layer over here or a precipitation over here. So in some preparation of soaps, simply they will add a pinch of NaCl to separate this mixture, so that you will get a creamy layer out in the top, in the surface of the solution, and below a liquid, watery liquid, you will find that is glycerin. Okay, so that once again we will use it for so many other medical purposes, and here the creamy layer you can take it out and allow it to dry. While drying, you can add your interested fragrance in it or interested color in it, and allow it to dry and cut it. Your homemade soap is ready then. Okay, so like that you can prepare the soap in the home itself also. Understood? So this is the preparation of soap and cleansing action of soap I told you. Next thing, so advantages of soap I will tell you, and disadvantages or limitations of soap also I will tell you. Soaps will give a good froth, good lather with a soft water. Will do the cleansing action very nicely with a soft water. And second thing, it is a eco-friendly, biodegradable one. The lather, the foam formed by the soaps will be decomposed by the microorganisms. That's why it will not cause any environmental pollution. Understood? Whereas its limitation is, if you take the soap and want to get the lather or a foam, or want to wash the cloth or a dirt with a hard water, then it will not work. It will not do the cleansing action. Why, sir? Because what is a hard water? Hard water is a water which will not give a lather or a froth or a foam when it reacts with the water. So such water we call it as a hard water. What causes the water to become hard? So calcium and magnesium salts. Calcium and magnesium salts make the water become so hard. That's why these salts are there, will not allow the soap to react with the water, simply forms a layer like a scum or pieces, that we call it as a scum, which not allows the formation of micelles. So no cleansing action you will find with the hard water from the soap. That's why that is one limitation you can take here. So soap will not give a cleansing action or a proper cleansing action with the hard water. Okay, I told you the hard water also, definition of hard water. So definition of hard water you can take down. So a water which will not give a lather when it reacts with a soap, that water is called as hard water. Okay, then next. So next we will move on to the detergents. Why? Because in all the places we will not get the soft water. Understood? So there are hard water. In that water also we want to clean the dirt, then we have to go for a detergents. Detergents are also soaps, that means they will do the cleansing action, but soapless soap means they are not soapy but do the cleansing action. That's why detergents we call them are the soapless soaps. Very good. So I will rub this and let it be this one only. Simply I will take one or two examples for the detergents also, and these detergents we prepare the detergents from the petroleum, not by the any plant or animal extracted oil. Please do remember, while differentiating these two things you can write these points also. Okay, sir, then how about the detergent? Will it cleans the dirt even in the hard water? Yes, of course. That's why there is a magic thing in that, and we are preparing it from the petroleum. Okay, so I will write the example for that. See, these are the example for the soaps. I will take the example for the detergents also. Example for the detergents. See here, CH3, CH2, CH2 11 I will take, CH2 11, then C6H4, SO3 and Na. So what is this? This much big molecule. Yes, sodium 11 plus 1 12. So 12 we call it as a dodecyl. Sodium dodecyl benzene sulfonate is the detergent's name. Okay, so same like that only. You can take one more example, CH3 CH2 11 benzene you can remove, only you can take sulfur and sodium. Sodium dodecyl sulfate, take down the names of the detergents I am telling you, take down. Sodium dodecyl means C12H 12 2s are 24 plus 1 25, 11 2s are 22 plus 3 25, dodecyl. Okay, sodium dodecyl benzene sulfonate, SO3 group is sulfonate group, whereas the second second detergent you can take the example for that, sodium dodecyl sulfate. Okay, these two are the example for the detergents. See, because of this SO3 and SO4 group is present in the detergent, they simply remove the hardness of a water, and next thing continues the same as the soap what it was doing the cleansing action. Same, it is having the same what end, a kind of ionic end and non-ionic end. Ionic end is always a hydrophilic end, non-ionic end is a hydrophobic end, and a dirt or a oil loving end simply it attaches with the oils, forms the micelles. So when soaps or detergents, when you mix in a water, it forms the colloidal particles. Then when you put the water, the dirty cloth there it removes those all the dirt in this manner, and like this they will do the cleansing action. Understood? And now I will come to the advantage of detergents or merits. It cleans the dirt even in the hard water also. First advantage. Okay, compared to the cleanliness with the soap and detergents are little strong. They cleans it much better than the soap. Understood? And advantages we had seen it. Disadvantages, we will prepare this by taking the petroleum which are non-renewable natural resources. Understood? Second thing, second demerit or limitations of detergent, I tell you, these are non-biodegradable. The foam or lather you will get from it are non-biodegradable. Some of the detergents I am telling you, not all the detergents. Some detergents lather will not be degradable by the microorganisms, causes the, if it moves into the water body, causes the water pollution. If it moves on the land, it causes the land pollution. Okay, soil pollution. Understood? So these are the demerits of these detergents, I can tell you. Otherwise, you can use it. It is a much better cleansing agent as compared to the soap. But it is little bit hard. That's why we are not using it. We are not using it for the bath purpose. Understood? Okay then. So differences, as I told you already, make a separate list and make a separate differences for this. I think with this we will conclude this lesson with all these points. And one more time, I tell you one more time, please go through the book. So many points we have covered in this entire all the 5 part of my videos. Okay then, see you once again in the one more new video with a new concept. Till then, bye bye, Jai Hind.